Assalamu alaikum 5 class. Hope you will be fine beta. Have a very good day all of you. Today we are going to do listening, speaking and composition about myths and explanation. What is myth? First of all, you must know that what is a myth. Myth is actually a fictional story, okay, that move one generation to another generation, okay. It used the imagination. By using imagination to explain why the world is like it is, okay, and it explains the wonder of earth through an old fictional story. Myth is actually a fictional story. It's not a real story. It's just a imagination, okay. It's just a imagination. And instead of myth, a scientific explanation, it used the facts or experiments to explain why the world is like it is, and it explained the wonder of earth through modern science, okay. Is it clear now? Our task is, your task is this: you talk with your family, that and write a notes, make a short notes that imagine a fictional story to explain why there are earthquakes, why earthquake happens, why our earth moves. Discuss what you know about the science of earthquake. What is the science behind this earthquake, okay. So now listen to the scientific explanation for earthquake. I will say some sentences about this earthquake. You listen carefully, okay, and then you have to complete the sentences with the word from in the box. Word is given here, okay. Now your listening is started. Listen carefully. Are you ready for the listening? Okay. The surface of the earth is cool and hard. A few miles below the ground, the earth is hot and liquid. Under the surface of the earth, there are hidden cracks. These cracks are called fault lines. The hard areas between fault lines are called plates. Big earthquakes usually happen near fault lines. They happen when two plates push against each other. There is a big fault line in Pakistan, which is why we have a lot of earthquakes. So this is a listening class. After listening, you can repeat these sentences, okay, and then according to the listening, write these blanks, fill in these blanks according to these words, okay. Pause the video, rewind the video, again and again listen about the earth, fault lines across the earth, and then you will complete these sentences. Now we have interesting myths. Firstly, I have read some of sentences and you listen the scientific explanation of fault lines. Now we'll read some of myths, some of fictional story about earthquake, okay. And your task is underline the phrases that are the same. Which are the same, you have to underline, okay. Many years ago, the Japanese believed that a giant catfish under the ground caused earthquake, okay. They believe that a very huge catfish, as you see, very huge catfish was found under the ground. Usually the ground did not move because his guard, the guard of earth, kept him quiet under a large stone. They put a large stone on this big and this large enormous catfish, but sometimes the guard forgot to hold down the catfish. They forget to hold this catfish. Then the catfish wriggled about. It moved. When it moved, this caused an earthquake. So people fell off the back of the catfish. It's just a fiction. It's just an imagination. That could you imagine that a very huge earth that Allah Almighty made it with a what a pretty our earth. Allah Almighty made it. Okay, but the Japanese people, they imagine that the catfish was under the earth, and it was so huge catfish that when it's wriggle about, our earth becoming shake. So this is the Japanese belief. So now what the other persons, many years ago, the Mayas of ancient Mexico believed that the word was a secure usually. The word was a secure. The worshipman held the corners of secure still. But sometimes there were too many peoples in the world. When there are a lot of peoples, then one of the fourth worshipman tipped his corner of the sphere, means they fell off. This caused an earthquake, so some people fell off the sphere of the earth. They imagine that our earth is a sphere box. Okay, so these are the belief of different peoples. You have to underline the words, the phrases that are same. As many years ago, believed. So you will find the words that are same and you will circle. You will underline them. Okay. As you see, the people fell off. The people fell off. Okay. So now what is your task? To write. Write your own earthquake math using these sentences started. By using these starters, you will write your own imagination. Okay, many years ago people believed that there is an imagination that I have listened that there are two bulls under the ground. The earth is standing on the horns of the bulls. When they are tired, when they becoming tired, they shift the earth from one horn to another. In this way, earthquake happens. But it's just an imaginary story. You can use your own imagination that why earthquake happens. Okay, what is the reason behind this? Use your own imagination and you can make it's a story, it's a math. And I hope you will do it better, inshallah. So all of you, in this way, beta, you become a writer. So I hope that in 5 class, many students, they are having the ability to become a writer. Okay, so write your own imagination, write your myth, add more details to make a longer story. Okay, try to use some fronted adverbials, meanwhile, after some time. Okay, so make your write your myth and share your work in the school WhatsApp group. Allah Hafiz.